right, Matrixx and Rhodes show supporters. Well, I got to tell you, I believe Joe Biden has officially succeeded in doing something that I don't think any other president has done, at least not to my knowledge, which would be to make cannibals angry at him. That's right. Congratulations, Joe Biden. You have offended cannibals. This is a real thing. Now, I'm sure by now y'all have seen the footage, and I'll show it, of Joe Biden claiming his uncle that was shot down. Well, he landed where the cannibals were in New Guinea, so, you know, he was on the menu, right? Well, guess what? He was lying. Lying Joe Biden. That's sounds like a boxer's name almost. But he has successfully made cannibals angry, and we'll get to the response that the cannibals have laid out for Joe Biden. Of course, this is what Joseph Biden said.
And my uncle, they called him Ambrose, they called him Bosie. My uncle Bosie was a hell of an athlete, they tell me, when he was a kid. And he became an Army Air Corps before the Air Force came along. He flew those single-engine planes as reconnaissance over war zones. He got shot down in New Guinea, and they never found the body because there were a lot of cannibals for real in that part of New Guinea. And then my
Okay, so that was the clip. By the way, on a side note, the steel workers, which is blue-collar workers, shame on you for voting Democrat ever in life. I don't get it. I cannot figure out why any blue-collar worker would still be voting Democrat ever again. They don't care about you, and they love nothing but elitism. But that's a side rant for another day. So let's come over here to the Daily Mail, because, yes, there has been a response out of New Guinea on Joe Biden's claim that I guess his uncle was eaten by cannibals. And the cannibals are none too happy right now. I am not even making this up. That's hilarious. Somewhere Hannibal Lecter is angry. Leatherface is mad. How dare you stereotype him this way? This is priceless. Quote, they wouldn't just eat any white men that fell from the sky. That is a quote, folks. Outrage. Papua New Guinea academics lash out at Biden's unacceptable suggestion that cannibals ate his World War II pilot uncle. Oh, that's great. That's great. Papua New Guinea academics have slammed President Joe Biden for his unacceptable suggestion that his uncle was eaten by cannibals in the country after his plane was shot down during WW2. Oh, throw another Biden on the Barbie. Biden implied on 2 occasions Wednesday that his maternal uncle, Second Lieutenant Ambrose J. Finnegan, had met a grisly end at the hands of cannibals after his plane was shot down by the enemy over New Guinea in 1944. But the White House and other defense records confirmed that Finnegan died when the military plane he was in experienced engine failure and crashed into the Pacific Ocean, not over land. I mean, guys, Karen Jean-Pierre has had to answer for this. I kid you not. I mean, I give Peter Doocy credit. He was glorious yesterday, raking Joe Biden and her over coals over this statement. She didn't want to answer, but, I mean, when does she? I mean, seriously. I will say this, and I'm not a fan of the DEI hire of Jean-Pierre because she's totally unqualified, but I don't know who would be qualified to cover for Joe Biden at this point. I mean, honestly, you could be David Copperfield and a magician, and you couldn't make this work out. You really couldn't. Historically, cannibalism has been reported Papua New Guinea, the Pacific nation that occupies the eastern half of the island of New Guinea, but local academics say Biden's characterization of the act is, quote, very offensive. Michael Kumbuni, a political science lecturer at the University of Papua New Guinea, told The Guardian cannibalism was previously practiced by some communities in very specific context and that locals, quote, wouldn't just eat any white men that fell from the sky. God, that's good. It's really good. Man, other analysts branded Biden's claims as, quote, unsubstantiated and poorly judged, especially during a time in which the U.S. has been trying to strengthen its ties with Papua New Guinea. So the U.S. is trying to better relations with this country, and the President of the United States goes out there and says, yeah, you know those cannibals, they picked their teeth with my uncle's bones. Yeah, they did that when his plane crashed. Wow. Oh, so this is pictures from that. Local people watching wounded U.S. and Australian soldiers be placed on roll of stretchers in New Guinea in December of 1942. Wow. And, of course, there's Biden. I don't know. He can't pick anybody out of a lineup. I don't have any idea what he's trying to do. So it was argued that the Malaysian people, which includes those from Papua New Guinea, are, quote, very proud and would be offended by Biden's generalization of cannibalism. Let's not offend a cannibalist, okay? Let's not offend that. We don't want to do that. He explained how cannibalism was not practiced due to the lack of food, but instead as a sign of respect in very specific context, such as eating a deceased relative's body to prevent it from decomposing. Wow. That's kind of dark. But taking it out of context and implying that your uncle jumps out of a plane and somehow we think it's a good meal, it's unacceptable. Guys, this is actually pretty funny. It really is. Wow. Economics lecturer, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, echoed Kumbuni's analysis, claiming that Biden's commentary, quote, paints Papua New Guinea in a bad light. They've already had a lot of negative press around riots and tribal fighting, and this doesn't help, and the claims are unsubstantiated. For a U.S. president to say that, particularly after a lot with Papua New Guinea and the work they've been doing in the Pacific, even off the cuff, I don't think that should have been said at all. Wow. Alan Bird, the governor of Papua New Guinea's province of East Sepik, however, said he was not offended, and instead he found the comments to be hilarious and was lost for words, actually. He suggested that Biden probably heard his parents claim Finnegan was eaten by cannibals as a child and that the family legend probably stuck with him his whole life. Interesting. Okay. Biden first made the suggestion that his uncle may have been eaten by cannibals after he paid tribute to him during a visit to the war memorial in his hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania on Wednesday. The 81-year-old president, who was age 1 when his uncle died in 1944, reached out to touch Finnegan's name, which was engraved on the monument. Wow. I did not know it was possible that our president could sink any lower, but how dare you offend those good, fine, upstanding cannibals in Papua New Guinea. Man, I swear, we can't get him out of the White House soon enough. I mean, it's looking pretty consistent to me that if you crash on that island after this, oh, you're going to become a meal, I think. I think you're done for. You know, Biden's done it now. He's opened the gates of hell, and the cannibals will enjoy you with fava beans and a nice Chianti. Yeah. I wonder if Leatherface and Hannibal Lecter would not get along. Because Leatherface is, sort of like mentally deranged, and Hannibal considers himself this upstanding, very smart, intellectual guy. I think Leatherface would just get frustrated and conk him in the head with a hammer. That's my feeling there, you know. Wow. Joe Biden going where no presidents have gone before. He's a habitual liar. He has now disgraced the fine cannibals in New Guinea. What else can this man possibly do? It's crazy. His list of embarrassing accolades continues to mount. Wow. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.